Palm Sunday is a meaningful moment. Palm Sunday is the day Christians remember Jesus entering the city of Jerusalem. It marks the beginning of Holy Week, the final week before Easter. Why do you think Jesus' entry into Jerusalem was considered important? Take a guess, even if you're not sure. Your thinking helps guide Henry. Why Jesus entered Jerusalem? Christians believe Jesus entered Jerusalem not mainly to visit his followers, but for a much bigger purpose. He was going there to complete his mission, which would lead to his death and resurrection. Why it's called Palm Sunday, Henry? When Jesus entered the city, the people welcomed him like a king. They didn't have red carpets, so they used what they had, like palm branches, their cloaks, or clothes. They laid them on the road and waved the palms as a sign of honor and joy. Why do you think people waved palm branches instead of something else? What do you think palms symbolized, Henry? People didn't choose palms just because they had no other ideas. In their culture, palm branches already had a special meaning. In ancient times, palm branches were symbols of victory, honor, and joy. So when people waved palms for Jesus, they were treating him like a victorious king. Henry, if palms were symbols of victory, what do you think the people were trying to say about Jesus when they waved them? They waved palm branches and shouted, "Hosanna!" They were expressing two big beliefs. One, they believed Jesus was sent by God. Yes, many of them saw him as the Messiah or a great prophet. Two, they believed he was a king who would bring victory. Remember, palms symbolized victory, honor, and triumph. So waving palms was like saying, "You are our king. You are the one God promised. You will save us." They were celebrating him as someone chosen by God to bring hope and freedom. Henry, let me ask you something to deepen your understanding. If the people welcomed Jesus like a king on Palm Sunday, why do you think things changed later in the week leading to his crucifixion, Henry? Why things changed after Palm Sunday? Simple explanation. On Palm Sunday, the people were excited about Jesus, but later in the week, several things happened. Some leaders felt threatened by Jesus' teachings. They were afraid he had too much influence. They convinced many people to turn against him. Others were disappointed because Jesus didn't act like the kind of king they expected. So the same crowd that welcomed him with palm branches later changed their minds. The simple idea to remember: people loved Jesus on Sunday, but fear, jealousy, and misunderstanding made them reject him later in the week.